Peace, love, joy, and abundance to all. Welcome to my Patreon. Thank you for all of your love and support. This is the monthly oracle card reading for the month of August of 2020. This is the card here. Hopefully it doesn't fall back over when I pull it here, but you'll see here that it is Mortality. Card number 42. It says life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. I'll just set that back. So the reason for this first video, my intention was to do a shuffle, and as I was studying the cards, I came across this one, and out of 45 cards, this one in particular stood out really strong to me and spoke. Like the vibration of it all was just like, pick me, pick me, pick me. And so I kind of grappled about whether I should go ahead and just keep this card or do the shuffle and see what card comes out. But being in my freedom and choosing not to follow but to lead, I decided I'm not going to go and do a shuffle. I'm just going to go ahead and go with this card. I do honor Ganesh before all of my work. So just know that that has taken place if anyone is in doubt or trusting my decision. I'm heavily spiritually guided, and I firmly believe in my guidance. And so if you're being led to this message, just go ahead and feel through it, embrace it, see what it means to you. If it resonates, that is beautiful. If not, you know, maybe the next message that comes along will. So the quote with this card is, if that their king was to wake, added Tweedledum, you'd go out, bang, just like a candle. I shouldn't, Alex exclaimed indignantly. So I'm going to read the oracle from the book and then just kind of elaborate a little bit more like I did in the beginning, on the meaning of this card and what it represents for the time being and the energies for this month. So it says here, life is, as Tweedledum points out, a strange thing where we can go out in just a moment. None of us knows how long we have, and no matter what we believe or tell ourselves, we are all mortal in this form. This lifetime is just one brief, bright jewel. Alice denies this, but it is the truth. We are all mortal, and we all pass. We must know this so we can hold on to the precious gift that is this existence. When this card comes, it does not mean that you are about to pass. It is not a card of death, but a reminder of the beauty and the fragility of this existence. It urges us all to take this life and make it as beautiful, as meaningful, and as full of adventure as we can. Too many of us live as if this life is a burden, awaiting another lifetime, or a heaven which will save us from the difficulties and challenges of being mortal. Instead of living as if there is forever or a better place to go to, or as if other lifetimes or existence in the afterlife will be better, live like this life is all that you have. Live like this is the very best you can ever experience. Live like this is the greatest blessing, the most treasured gift you could ever have been given. Life like this is heaven, and your very existence is a miracle of creation, because we can, and we will, go out like a candle someday. And when that takes place, the only true measure of a soul is what we did here with this priceless gift of human life. Appreciation of existence, relishing being alive, making the most of every moment, accepting mortality in ourselves and in others, living in the present, feeling joy at being alive. So I chose this card before I actually read what the meaning was with this card, the oracle that corresponds with this particular card. And as I was reading the oracle, I'm like, oh my God, like, that's exactly why I feel so strongly about this card. I feel like a lot of us today could definitely use this advice and being in the moment and making the best out of every situation that we have. Every single moment that we are living is super, super precious and an opportunity for us to do something great, to be able to, I believe, to pass that on to generations that are to come. Again, not waiting for the next thing to come along, but being grateful for what we actually have right now. It's like there's so many things that we could be worried about, so many people that we feel may affect us in a certain way, but when it comes down to it, it's us and us alone that has to live with ourselves and to live in a happy way to where we acknowledge the goodness that has been given to us. Even if we don't see it, I mean, we have so much to be grateful for. Just waking up, being able to get up out of the bed without assistance. Some people don't have that. Being able to look and see what time it is. Some people do not have that. You know, there's a lot of things that we are so routinely in use of having without really, I think, stepping outside of our box and realizing what some may not even have. We always want, well, I'm not going to say we always, but there are a lot of people, and we might have a tendency from time to time to want what someone else has rather than looking at our own selves and our own situations and surroundings. So I think when we make the best of our situations and become grateful each and every day, one of the things I do each day is write down 3 things that I'm grateful for at the top of the morning. And I save that, and I've been doing that for the last 2 years. I have yet to figure out what I'm going to do with all of those, but I know and I trust that it'll come to me at the right time. But when we are in the attitude of gratitude, the life that we live, once all is said and done, it's pretty much like, you know, we live forever because we have engraved our true happiness, our true purpose, and our true identity in the world that we are living in now. So, that's pretty much all that I get from this. I did notice the last few cards of this deck highly resonated, so it was kind of like an elevation from going from 1 all the way to 45 and just feeling that level of rising and feeling that within myself, knowing that, you know, when you feel like you start at the bottom or you have to start all over, or you start from 0, the only way that you can go is up. And while you're going up, sure, you might go back a notch or 2, maybe some, you know, but you can't worry about that because you're always going up. So another thing that I also realized was the 42, which breaks down to a 6. And 6s to me speak of love and unconditional love. So just spreading the word of loving yourself, truly loving yourself, and following your soul, listening to your spirit, and doing what it wants. And not just loving yourself, but when you love yourself and you give to yourself unconditionally, you're also doing this for the world. You're helping others to love themselves as well. So This was the Oracle card message for August 2020. I am Divine Femme Carrot 144. Again, I thank you for all of your love and support. I truly hope that this helps every single one of you who reaches this message and who this message reaches. And I love you. Thank you. Peace.